Hello, my name is Luther Garcia. I am taking MGT 3045, Human Resource Management with Dr. Watson. I own and operate Annalise Dining and Catering. Today we will be discussing organizational strategy and training. Throughout the discussion, I will be giving examples that I implemented in my own business. Alright, now let's talk about organizational strategy and training. Training represents a compelling expenditure for some employers. Here at Annalise, about 2% of the expenditures are spent on training. In the past, training has been viewed as tactical and not strategical. Therefore, training is viewed as a short-term solution to a problem and not having any long-term effects on organizational success. During the last recession, there was a shift in the viewpoint of training values. This meant that some employers continued to implement training that was needed for long-term strategic goals and not eliminating all training engagements. Training was viewed as a short-term solution and now viewed as not only a short-term solution, but a foundation for strategic goals. Now, let's talk about strategic training. Training can help employees accomplish goals. For example, increasing sales revenue is a major part of our company's strategic planning. Therefore, a training program was implemented to identify what was causing the loss in profit. To achieve maximum impact, the HR team and trainers must be involved with the business and team up with the operating managers to solve the problem. Training strategically helps lower the tendency of managers thinking that training alone will solve the problem. That is why it is important to be strategically focused. This means the company can assess if the training will address the problem. The key factor is remembering that training alone cannot fix all problems. The problem of drop in sales was addressed by a strategic decision. This meant recognizing that the reason we had a drop in sales was because kitchen staff was taking shortcuts when preparing orders. Therefore, a strategic decision was made to hire a professional cook and have the rest of the staff train under that cook. This may solve the solution, but not all training is effective. That is why it is important to invest in training. Hiring the professional cook was costly, but a wise investment. All right. Now let's talk about investing in training. Investments in employee training is a key factor that employees need to consider. In some studies and surveys, it has been concluded that employees average 31.5 hours of training annually, which is an investment value of $1,208 per worker, and the cost of training usually makes up 2% of payroll. At Annalise, I have roughly 300 employees and invest more per employee than companies that have more. This is because my fixed cost of implementing training programs is spread across fewer employees. Training investment can vary by industry and company size. Highly regulated industries are more likely to invest in more training than manufacturers. The whole purpose in investing in training is to see improved results. Training that is focused on individual improvements will result in employees enhancing their skills, gaining greater ability to adapt and innovate, improve self-management, and improve in performance. On the other hand, organization-wide improvements show results by having lower turnovers, effectiveness and productivity improvements, more profit and reduced cost, quality and customer service improvements, and an increase in human capital. The results from hiring a professional cook at my restaurant had both individual and organizational wide improvements. Alright, here's a graph that shows how companies are investing more in employee training than in the past years. As you can see, the cost per employee has risen from $1,040 in 2006 to $1,208 in 2013 and peaked to $1,228 in 2010. Alright, now let's talk about organizational competitiveness and training. It is important that employees and managers are effectively trained through the company because it is a key factor in having a successful business. Training allows businesses to improve in the long run because it increases employees' skills and knowledge. Technology is constantly being innovated and changed. Therefore, if employees are not regularly trained, they could fall behind and create a lower competitiveness within the company. For example, my POS system was outdated and creating issues, therefore forcing me to upgrade to a faster POS system to keep up with my competition. Training can also affect organizational competitiveness by advancing retention of employees. The availability of career training and development opportunities is a deciding factor in employees staying or leaving the company. And enhancing employee retention can be achieved by employers investing in developing and training their employees. Knowledge management is the way an organization identifies and leverages knowledge to be competitive. This means creating value by implementing intellectual capital. I use the knowledge of the professional cook hired to enhance the knowledge of the kitchen staff. When creating a training program, integrating real business problems into the program will make the training program more effective. The new chef hired purposely integrated issues to create real-life situations. Using real situations for practice is a way of merging the lines between training, learning, and job performance. The diagram that I have shown you shows how employee training can help achieve certain organizational strategies. As you can see, organizational strategies, necessary outcomes to implement strategies, and training activities are all linked together. Okay. In conclusion, organizational strategy and training is a major factor in creating knowledgeable employees and creating competitive and a successful business. Thank you for your time, and remember, a successful business is measured only by the success of your employees. Goodbye.